Okay, we start. Yeah. Hi, everybody. We are from Group 8, and our presentation is over tourism in Barcelona. My name is He Chung Li. So the first introduction of Barcelona. Barcelona is located in the northeast of Iberia Peninsula, bordering on the Mediterranean Sea. It is the second largest city in Spain and the capital of Catalonia, Autonomous region, and Barcelona province. And according to the data released by municipal government of Barcelona, the number of tourists staying in the city increased from 1.7 million to 9 million from 1990 to 2016, an increase of 423%. Today, tourism account for 15% of Barcelona's economic and provided 9% of jobs. However, the rapid growth tourism has also brought a series of social problems to the local residents, such as rising rent and difficulty in renting house. And what else is safety issue? The gathering of tourists also make all kinds of crimes happen frequently. Many violent, such as violent crime and drug crime transferred from former slum to the downtown. The personal safety of locals is greatly threatened. After all, the tourists are the walking wallet. Okay, I'm finished my part. Welcome to my teammates to introduce themselves.
So continues. I'm gonna show some the overviews of tourism in Spain. As we may know, tourism has become the key factor contributing to the growth of economy. In the case of Spain, since its tourism industry boomed in 1960, Spain is currently voted as one of the most popular destinations for travelers around the world. In 2019, Spain made a record by welcoming 84 million visitors. That remarked another successful year for hospitality industry for this country. And the growth has been enduring remarkably almost 2 decades, which contribute a proportions around 11 to 14% to the nation's GDP. The figure has shown the average of 1% and increase annually. In addition, tourism industry also plays a key part to sustain employment. The data has shown is accounting for 13.5% employment rate, generating 2.6 million direct jobs. The major occupations in accommodation, transportation, and food and beverage services. In Spain, cultural, sport, and recreation industry also facilitate direct and indirect job opportunities for these nations. However, come along with the achievement, Spain tourism are facing some challenges due to the over-tourism in some big cities and public areas. Barcelona has ranked as the third city for of tourist arrival in Europe. Is consequent to the limitations of accommodation, especially in the peak season. It's also effect on the rental fee and housing price for local residents. It tends to be difficult for them to rent or buy a house if they need it. The beaches in high season like summer are overcrowded, where infrastructure capacity to accommodate year by year has been degrading. Number of sewage and litters come along because of huge consumption. Last but not least, Toro and Bolero Festival or bullfighting masks are among the signature Spanish cultures, attracting a number of tourists. However, recently, animal activists have gone against this festival because of the cruel activity to the animal. Thank you.
As a city that mainly relies on tourism to develop its economy and culture, Barcelona is now in a hazardous situation. That is, COVID-19 caused significant economic losses to Barcelona, which caused the entire tourism industry in Barcelona to stagnate. Few tourism are still willing to take a cruise. or a plane to Barcelona this year. As a result, Barcelona, which relies on the part of the cruise tourism industry to provide funds and the aviation industry to carry a steady source of tourists, due to the ferry industry is not open. So the stagnation of aviation has led to a decrease in international tourism. As a result of the lack of funds for sustainable development, the unemployment rate has increased rapidly in the short term. Moreover, the new coronavirus was detected in wastewater samples in Barcelona in January. Since people did not pay attention to it at the time, they thought it was just a common flu, which caused a rapid spread of the virus. Now, the entire city of Barcelona is experiencing a sharp increase in infection cases. So the reduction of a large number of tourists also makes the whole hotel industry in Barcelona currently unable to make ends meet, mainly relying on financial support from the Barcelona government. In the long run, the government will also cause Barcelona's entire economic system to collapse due to the lack of financial resources. Okay, Eric will in conclusion.
Well, besides of the Barcelona, there are also different countries are suffering from the mass tourism among the whole world. And here we got a chart to show our numbers about how many tourists for each local person among these kind of destinations in the tourism. And which is quite interesting that most of countries that are suffering from the mass tourism is coming from the Europe. And especially from small countries like the Croatia, Iceland, Denmark, those countries, they have the great area, but only very little populations, and most of the tourism are just central on the destinations, maybe one city or two cities, which is give really huge crowded people among the every day. And so there's any potential solutions and recommendations for this kind of mass tourism destinations. Here we give some possible solutions from other destinations among the world. The first one is about the traveling tax. This one has been used in the New Zealand, Thai, and in Japan. This is kind of tax that they are charging from the travelers, and those kind of tax revenue will be using to maintain the tourism destinations, even give the allowance or the benefits to the local workers. The second one is about the limitations, which is very popular in China and Western Europe. So it's like when they get into the destinations or maybe some sport or buildings, museum, whatever they're gonna go, the things like they need to make reservations with a ticket so they can control how many people they have every day. So this is also a good way to limit the tourist. The second one is restrict about accommodations. This is about the hostel, B&B hotel, and maybe the Yangtze hotel, those kind of things. The government gave the rules to tell them how much day they can run in during the whole years. So this is a way to reduce the overnight tourism. So it's like also to release the pressure from the mass tourism. The last one is now the merging destinations. This one is going to using a different way from the promotions to the development and going to the kind of a sustainable tourism industry. So for example, the Thailand, they got to build up a new destination, try to supply and attract more customers from the old one. So like give the balance between the two supports and get less people for each one. And that's all the things we have to do for today. And thank you guys.